It's another creature story, but you've got to see this one. It goes to show love can come along at any age. The Southland Museum is pretty proud of its geriatric tuatara, Henry, because he's been caught in the act of doing it with 80-year-old Mildred in broad daylight. A real reason for celebration, as Liz Class discovered.
At the ripe age of 100, temperamental tuatara Henry has finally found his mojo.
Sort of tumour, a hernia type thing would pop out of his cloaca, or tuatara bottom, as most people would call it. And this wasn't normal, and a local vet took this growth out, and it was identified to be a cancer tumour, an epidermal tumour. So in 2002, we had this tumour removed, and I reckon that he had a personality transplant while he's on that table as well, because he is a different tuatara since he's come back.
The Southland Museum had big plans for Henry when he first arrived here in 1970. But unfortunately, these younger ladies, Juliet and Lucy, weren't quite doing it for him.
Henry just attacked them, and Mildred lost her tail 2 separate occasions because of grumpy old Henry here. So he was actually put in solitary confinement and has been so since 1990.
After 38 years of checking out the talent, it was the older woman who won out. His chosen one, 80-year-old Mildred. You can imagine curator Lindsay Hazley's delight when he walked in on this.
Hopefully he's got live boys on board and not shooting blanks like some of the Kakapo boys were doing with age. I'm pretty confident they'll be fed off. Fingers crossed for Henry.
Perhaps the most interesting part of this story is that the sex lasted for 1 hour. And that has turned wee Henry into a big star. Visitors have been turning up in droves just to see the stud.
In my many years of coming to say hello to Henry, he has never looked anywhere near this frisky, and it's good to see in his ripe old age.
Henry is thought to be aged between 100 and 120, but experts say it's hard to tell.
But we don't actually know how old he was when he was brought into captivity. It's a real puzzle for scientists to try to age tuatara once they stop growing.
But whether he's 90 or 160, it's still an impressive feat from this old dinosaur. In captivity, female tuataras may ovulate only once every 2 years. So if Henry really has got his mojo back, it won't be until April next year when we'll see little Henrys running round in here.